Do you draft Christian McCaffrey in 2025? It's not an easy question to answer, but it is for me because of his ADP. If he wasn't going at 1.7 right now, we could have a better, stronger conversation about this. But the fact that he's at 1.7 and climbing across all formats, his ADP is getting ridiculous. I can't condone this with the amount of missed games that this guy has endured since 2020. And we're going to break that down and more. We also have footage, and what sparked this is not only his ADP rise, but also this footage of him looking admittedly very fast. And if your boy's going to come out here and toot the horn of Bigsby and talk about this and talk about that, I'm not going to come out here and dodge a Christian McCaffrey video where he looks really good running down the field, looks really spry, looks really fast. I'm here to cover everything from a totally unbiased lens. And so I will cover it, but it doesn't mean that I'm jumping on board this train. I'll tell you right now, this footage looks impressive. I'll show you right here. This looks impressive of Christian McCaffrey. Running downfield, full speed, very hard to guard him. One of the better pass catching backs, if not still probably considered by many the best pass catching back in the National Football League. We'll watch it one more time here as CMC's running downfield. Very spry, very speedy, good hands. Seeing him fall, seeing him get back up, seeing how aggressive he looks. It's fantastic. But how many games does he actually play? What matters is the longevity of the season. What matters is what happens in weeks 15, 14, 16, obviously 16 and 17. And while it's really easy to be like, he looks great right now, just like it's easy to say, hey, Neighbors looks fantastic. Neighbors will be a top 5 wide receiver for the first month and a week of football. Yeah, of course. You know, first eight weeks of football, Neighbors could be number 1. But that toe injury is a concern, and we're trying to avoid the big, glaring, easy to avoid risk factors. And Christian McCaffrey comes with some of the biggest risk in fantasy football. We'll break down that video. We'll break down some more stuff. The Fantasy Football Show begins right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
There's no doubt, starting with the good, there's no doubt that Christian McCaffrey looks good in this video. Let me even rewind it to see that little slow motion stutter step. Let's give him all the props we can give him. Okay? CMC running downfield, looking very, very solid. Catching that ball, good hands catch, rolls up, jumps up, looks aggressive. Nothing's bothering him right now. He's excited. Keep in mind, he's not getting hit. Keep in mind, he's not having a 300-pound lineman jump on his back and try and drive him to the ground, and then he's got to flex that Achilles and both Achilles. And he's got chronic bilateral Achilles tendonitis in both Achilles tendons. This is not something that goes away. That's why it's labeled as chronic. It's not something that you got when you were a kid. Or when, hey, Smitty, I had Osgood-Schlatter in my knees when I was younger. I know how this feels. You don't. Stop. This is a guy that took the brute force of his team's offensive workload in Carolina, then over in San Francisco. But here's the reality of the situation and why he's not worth the risk, because there are better, safer players around his ADP. Genti being the easiest call to make in history. This is the next Christian McCaffrey, and he's there like clockwork at 1.7. There is really only best ball variation scenarios where you're taking CMC at 1.7 or really anywhere in round 1 without taking on more risk than you should be taking on. So a $3 draft, a $5 draft, even a $25 best ball, if you're doing 10, 15, 20 of them, you want to have one Christian McCaffrey roster? Sure, do it. It's $25. Like, who cares? If I'm wrong, great. You're going to make out like a bandit. But if this is a league that you're monitoring all year long, you're doing waivers, you're doing ad drops, it's your buddy league, your group text is involved, and you've got a commitment to it that is beyond drafting once and seeing if you won, then don't take McCaffrey or a player that's going to make your season end early and you're depressed on Sundays. Let me ask you a question. How many of you have drafted a player that's gotten injured and remembered the one best ball draft that you're not monitoring, looking at, you forgot you even drafted it, that doesn't hurt your feelings or make you upset or depressed on Sunday. Draft Christian McCaffrey in best ball, and that's it. Get your fix. If he blows up, you got a shot at winning big money. You got a shot at winning middle money. You got a shot at winning $50, $100. This draft, that draft. Draft him till your heart's content. If you got an addiction to drafting Christian McCaffrey this year, make that addiction live on best ball. Draft him in every best ball draft if you want. Don't carry it over to your home league, because you're going to be tied to that league on a weekly, daily, hourly basis in a way that's going to depress you on Sundays when you go to your roster and you can't even survive anymore and you're just going to be a cellar-dweller team. Let's take a look at why Genty's safer. Let's take a look at why Lamb, obviously, Gibbs, obviously, those guys should be gone, but Genty's always there. Let's take a look at why BTJ might be safer. Achane is probably safer, and Bucky safer. And here is Christian McCaffrey's unfortunate career stats. You've got this man who has 13 missed games in 2020. Since 2020, since the pandemic, this man has missed 43% of his games. That is an astronomical amount of missed games. That is a very dangerous game you're playing by drafting said man, Christian McCaffrey. This is not something that I advise anybody take into 2025 and put their $100 money league on the line, or their buddy league that, like I said, you're highly invested in. Missed 13 games in 2020, missed 10 games in 2021, missed 0 games in this one season that combines this 6-11 from Carolina and San Francisco, missed 0 games in San Francisco in 2023. The guy takes, 2 years off, 2 years on. So missed 13, missed 10, missed 0, missed 13. Now it's missing 10. That's what history tells you. History tells you he has 2 good years, 2 bad years, 2 good years, 2 bad years. And honestly, at his ripe age of 29 years old, he's not going to have this 2 on, 2 off anymore. It's just going to be injury, because he has chronic bilateral Achilles tendonitis. Maybe you forgot. Maybe the other show out there is like, you draft for upside. Hold on a second. You draft for upside. So you gotta draft him. This is what everyone in the world is telling you. Other shows are saying you draft for upside. No shiat. I draft for upside too, but I'm not drafting Christian McCaffrey. I'm drafting for upside, taking Genty. Genty could be the #1 overall running back as a rookie. Why can't he? He can't, Smitty. Why? Because it doesn't jive with your thinking? That would be an anomaly? He is an anomaly. Everything about Genty's an anomaly. Genty was an anomaly last year when he was chasing Barry Sanders' record, and he had 29 rushing touchdowns in his one season in 2024. He had 7.0 yards per carry. Gee, I wonder who had 7.1. Oh, it was Trey Henderson. Trey Henderson's the only other running back to best Genty in yards per carry. What an absolute monster. Trey bombing the video. Way to yard per carry bomb the video, Trey. Trey had to get his 2 cents in.
Let him cook.
Anyway, back to the Genty board. Genty just exploding last year. He is an anomaly. Everything about him is an anomaly. Not one game last year in college did he rush for under 100 yards. He was over 100 yards rushing in every single game. This guy first in the nation in forced missed tackles, 152. You know who was second place? 49 less. 49 less. You know who was second place, though? I believe this is true. I hope this is true, because I want to hit this button. No. Not Breece Hall. That Breece Hall button, that wasn't it.
What is that smell?
It's Scat.
Someone needs me. Help! Help! I'm going to lose my
Breece Hall is the default trigger button that, like, even if every once in a while I press a button and Breece Hall's video plays. It's like once every week that happens. No, Scat was behind Genty. So let's go back to the Genty board. Look at this anomaly right here. First in FBS in percentage of his team's offense, second in FBS in stacked boxes. He knows stacked boxes well. 2,600 rushing yards, 29 rushing touchdowns. And people say, he doesn't catch, Smitty. He doesn't catch the ball. He doesn't. I heard it on another channel. He doesn't catch the ball. Yeah, he does. He's one of the best, if not the best, pass catching back outside of Hendy in this draft class. 569 and 43 receptions and 5 touchdowns. And not to crap on our boy Hendy because we love him, but he might be better than Hendy receiving. We can't say Hendy's for sure better. This guy could be the best player in the league at the running back position on every level his rookie year. And only a scared Scotty, only a petrified Peter, a worried William, an upset Unger, an insulted Ian, I'm just going to double down Donnie, would ever say the words, that can't happen for a rookie, Smitty, or what about MHJ?
Take a big lap. We don't need your hating ass coming back now. Take a big lap.
Why would you ever draft this man who's missed 43% of his games? 43% of his games over the last 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 5 seasons. Over his last 5 seasons, he's missed 43% of his games, and he's how old? Ziggy, how old is Christian McCaffrey?
Christian McCaffrey is 29 years old and was born on June 7, 1996.
29. Dano. Don't book him, Dano. Not for a full slate of games, I'll tell you that right now. That would be take a lap material. At 1.7, I urge you to draft Genty and only Genty if Gibbs and Lamb are gone. I'm not even saying take Neighbors. We have a video on Neighbors and why he's a risk at 1.7. We have JJ's a risk at 1.7 right now. Probably a little less of a risk than McCaffrey by a country mile, really. Neighbors and JJ are safe as can be compared to Christian McCaffrey. So if you're going to go with a risky play, go with Neighbors or JJ, please. You want safety, you want security, you want the new wave, you want the new generation, you want Genty, baby, and you want to do it live.
Hey, I'm Dom, and I drive fast cars, get hot chicks, and draft Ashton Genty double fist style with 2 cell phones at the same time. Why do I have 2 cell phones? One for looking up Ashton Genty stats all day, the other is for getting chicks.
Got him.
So, you've got a choice to make. You can either follow Old Yeller to the pasture and hope everything works out for just one more run, and you can take them if you want. And like I said, if I can't convince you not to indulge, I'd say just hammer home, swing away, Merrill, in your best ball formats where you don't have to look at it. You're not even gonna monitor it. You're just gonna, at the end of the year, which entries made the playoffs, and you're not even gonna sweat it. So go Christian McCaffrey shopping in those scenarios. Don't draft the running back that has missed 43% of his games in the last 5 seasons. Almost missed more games than he's played. 43%. Don't draft that guy in the league where you don't have best ball taking care of you. Not to mention, even if he misses 10 games, 8 games, 5 games, the game he goes down might be early on and you get screwed in that week too. Whereas best ball, you don't, because if he goes down in week 6, you have somebody that pops off in week 6, optimal lineup setting for you, optimization. That player's going to supplant him off your lineup, and you're going to get the points for the highest scoring running back. Play best ball, Christian McCaffrey. Don't play home league, non-best ball Christian McCaffrey. That's not the fun way to do this. That is the dumb way to do this. That is the take a lap way to do this.
Take a big lap.
So, again, we acknowledge the good. I don't run from anything. If anybody thinks, oh, Smitty, you'll be sure to come in here and talk up something you love that you've been talking about, but you aren't showing this clip of Christian McCaffrey. I did. I always will be objective. I'll always bring the thunder. I'll always want to talk about the topic that you guys want to talk about the most. And this is a pretty damn big topic because people think Christian McCaffrey of old is going to live at 1.7. Well, I went knocking. He didn't answer. No one's home. Genty's home. Genty opened up the door. There is the guy you want to draft. Genty's the one that actually knocks. You don't. He does. Genty to the mother freaking moon. No, not the moon. Mars. No, not Mars. Saturn? No, not Saturn. How about
To Jupiter.
How about Jupiter? Phone lines are open. Dial in. Tell me what you think. Christian McCaffrey, how many games does he play? I want nothing but numbers in the chat right now. List off the number of games Christian McCaffrey plays in 2025. I'll drag them on screen. Go. Phone lines are open.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Dial in, and we'll discuss this. And I love to hear the opinions that you have on this topic. Scared Scott, you're live.
All right. There's I saw a video today of Genty doing a go route. God, he just ate the defensive back's lunch. Defensive back had to tear his jersey trying to keep up with him. It was crazy.
Well, I'm glad you're saying something that I agree with,
Now,
Scott, because pretty much everything else you
here's
say, I don't.
Here's my concern with Genty. What do you think the Raiders' offense is going to finish?
Hold
overall?
on. Hold on one second. Nice. All right, caller, hold on 1 second. I'll get to you in a second. Just mute yourself. Mute yourself if you could. What's the Raiders' offense going to finish? Well, the offense has nothing to do with last year's offense. So, everybody.
Statistically, a running back on a bottom five offense only has about a 5% chance of hitting top five running back in fantasy.
Well, Scott, first of all, I think that's a debate. I think that's a debatable argument depending on how you're measuring it.
People who have hit it have been AP, Derrick Henry, and they're all Hall of Famers. So it doesn't. Genty could be a Hall of Famer. Obviously ran for 2,600 yards, and that's special. So it points in that direction. But can you really draft him in the first round based on, you have to draft him outside of the top five.
Take a big laugh. We don't need you.
I didn't spend how much time? 17 minutes and 47 seconds telling you to draft him 1.7 to have Scott call in as scared as I've ever heard him and say, you can't really draft him in round one, can you? Kind of an insult to my profession to be sitting here for 17 straight minutes telling you to take him at 1.7 and you call in and say, but really? I mean, let's be truthful to the audience right now. You can't possibly want to draft him in the first round though, right? Am I right? Caller, hold on 1 second. Let me just merge these other guys in here. And I don't know. Scott, maybe I'll let you try it again. But you sound really scared. So get to a safe place. Warm up. Well, anyway. Okay, let me go over. If everybody can mute real quick. I got some massive background noise in the background there. 415, you're live.
I'm live.
Yeah, what's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Mac. I'm calling from San Francisco. There's
What's
no
up?
bias here in this call, by the way. There's zero bias.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I have to say, you're saying that Christian holds too much risk, but in my perspective, if you don't take Christian, there's even more risk. Because he has what it takes to get 30 points a game. He's shown it. And Genty hasn't shown anything yet. I mean, we know who the backup is.
So do we just wait?
If you just get both, isn't it all good?
No, because I'll have Grendo and Genty. But yeah, if you could get both of them, it's safer. But you still get screwed out of the weeks that he gets banged up. You don't even know if he goes in and out several times. This is a flare-up type situation where his Achilles can flare up either one at any moment. This has not gone away. I know you want to pretend in San Francisco because you've been told by several San Francisco pages and pretend Mickey Mouse Paper Tiger Newswire aggregates. They're like, we got inside information. No, he's not. He's good right now, but he is not over his chronic bilateral Achilles tendonitis. That can come back at any moment. It's a flare-up situation. His Achilles didn't repair by the injections he got, and he has a completely rebuilt Achilles tendon. He's got chronic bilateral Achilles tendonitis. I know you've heard it by several people that he's 100%, and he looks really good. I just came in here and showed you the video. You know, that's how unbiased I am. I want to make sure everyone knows all the facts. You can make your own determination. But if you think that he's 100%, you probably think he's playing 2 or 3 more years at an elite level. I can tell that right now, just by hearing your voice.
I agree with you. I agree with you that there's risk, but at the same time, I just feel like the risk of not getting him outweighs any
that's faulty logic. Hold on, let me merge this call. That's faulty logic. 100% faulty logic, my boy. Because your logic is not considering that there are other players that hold that same threat. That not drafting Lamb, not drafting Gibbs, not drafting Bijan, not drafting Genty, that if you don't draft those guys, you could say the same thing about Barkley, and he's got risk too, but you could say the same thing about Barkley. You could say it greater over Christian McCaffrey.
Christian's better than Barkley.
Bro, you're talking as if you're living in the past. You literally have no clue that you might not be in that place anymore, bro.
But he's warmed up. He hasn't even done much.
Your Niner goggles are literally blinding the live stream right now. The glare is kind of too much. You could take them off while you're on the phone line. I mean, you're speaking as if you literally have, no offense, either no clue, which I don't think you do. I think it's blind. I think you're blinded by the fandom. You're literally pretending that Christian McCaffrey is 100% inside his body, that his Achilles tendons have been rebuilt. They're made of steel. They're made of steel coil. They're ready to go. He's got springs down. Yeah, I know you think that.
The potential is through the roof.
Bro.
To a different stratosphere.
Okay. Thanks, Mac. Appreciate you.
I appreciate it. Anything.
All right. You can only get through to someone that is already set in their mind that Christian McCaffrey's a young stallion again. Like he went and had, Achilles replacement surgery is what some of these Niner fans think. And there's no doubt. I wouldn't have come in here to show the video of Christian McCaffrey looking speedy, being an unbiased person that I am. I wouldn't have come in here and said, take a look at this video so that you have all the information. I don't want to come in here and start spouting off stuff without giving both sides of it. He looks fine. He's running a go route. He's running downfield without getting tackled. Yes, he rolls. That's good. But we can't take that and say, oh, this is the same thing as getting jumped on and making that Achilles fire off in different directions. Like I said, if you reach down and just kind of touch your Achilles tendon, which is right below your calf, right above your heel, it feels like a cord. And just kind of like move your ankle around a little. You can feel that thing flexing and firing off left and right. If there's a 200-300 pound lineman, maybe 600 total pounds on your back at one moment, and you're trying to hold them up and you're firing that thing left and right, it's different than running down the sideline. And you have to understand that with bilateral chronic, not temporary, chronic Achilles tendonitis, with the mileage and workload that he's endured, the kind of workload that has made him suffer all kinds of knee injuries every single year, and he skates by sometimes and plays on them, he probably wouldn't have had that freak PCL injury if his knees were healthier, because it's easier to damage them. Running into the ground with your knee doesn't tear your PCL unless your knee is completely worn down. The tread on the tires is insane. It's not his fault. No one's blaming Christian McCaffrey. I've got a couple super chats here, and then the phone callers. Just hang tight real quickly. Let me read these two. Love Smitty, CMC to Pluto, says Mac. I think that's a different Mac. Mac, appreciate you. This one here from Sam. Sam said, thoughts on Caleb struggling to learn Ben Johnson's offense. We did a whole live stream on that, Sam. Make sure you go check out that sad face Caleb video. Yeah, I've said Caleb's mid from the very beginning. He's not even the 5th best quarterback in the draft class. Jalen Milroe is better than Caleb Williams. Drake May, JJ McCarthy, and of course, Penix Jr., Bo Nix, and JD5. Cam Ward is better right now than Caleb Williams. Oh my God, Smitty's crazy. Did you hear what he said? I don't care what anybody thinks. That's how I feel. It's my show. Let's go over to the 407 caller. Then I'll go to the 229. Then I'll go over to the 214. So 407, you're live.
Hi, Smitty. I just wanted to ask you in a home league. I just joined, so if there's some information I'm missing. I don't like taking CMC at 7 or 8. I like GT more. I agree. Do you think taking him 12, 13, 14 is still just not an option? Even if Neighbors, Puka, they're all gone.
Well, here's the problem, bro, is the territory you're talking about, Bucky and Achane are still there.
Right, but you wouldn't do CMC, Achane. You'd rather go Achane, Bucky. If you wanted to go double RB, let's say
I'm drafting.
You don't really like.
Yeah, just to simplify it, I'm drafting Achane and Bucky every single time.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me just flip over to this draft. I'm going to draft another one with you guys, but this one I'm doing an eliminator, and it took Genty here at 10. This is an eliminator where 6 people from this draft that you draft with get eliminated after week 1. Then you're 1 versus 1 the whole way, and every loser, so half the field gets eliminated in the 1v1s every week, and so you narrow it down. Half gets eliminated, half gets eliminated, half gets eliminated. And then in the final week 17 is the first time you return to not a 1v1 environment. You're actually 3 of you, highest scoring team in the last week. There's just 3 of you left, though, wins week 17, and all the money, and the prize money is $200,000. So I'm on the clock here. Very tempted to go Drake London here. I'm going to try the Bucky Achane combo and then swing back for some wide receivers. Okay, so to answer your question, again, just to put it bluntly, if Christian McCaffrey fell down to round 2, I'm taking him nowhere in round 2. Why? Because Bucky lives entirely in that round. Achane lives entirely in that round. London lives in about 2/3 of that round, meaning that I can take Bucky at 2.1 or I can take Bucky at 2.9, 2.10. London's going down to about 2.8, 2.9. And so I guess at the tail end, like the 2-3 turn, sure. In best ball, yes. In best ball, I'd take him several times in that territory, in the 2-3 turn, for sure. Not over Bucky or Achane. I won't. But at the 2-3 turn, in best ball, sure. In a buddy league, I'm still not. Why? I still would rather have a handful of players that are going right there at that turn. Let me go real quickly. You got another one?
No, I just wanted to hear your opinion on that. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Mute real quick if you got another one, or you can hang up, whatever one you choose. 229, you're live. What can I do for you? What's your name and where you calling from? Okay. Let me go over to the 214 caller. Is this Ryan? Ryan, you're live.
Hey, Smitty. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, I love that. I love these. I'll come back. I'll be back in a month. First of all, you saying that means that you just found the channel and you don't frequent here at all. 2, if I had $1 for every time someone said they were coming back on the Caleb Williams and the Bears downfall prediction, the Shane Waldron will be fired immediately. Eberflus will be fired. Caleb would be mid. And JD5 would bust. JD5's not going to be better than Caleb. Achane's going to bust. Kyron's going to bust. All these other things. We wouldn't even need to even do any of the advertising on this channel. They'd just be straight up. Those dollar bets would pay everything. Like, come on, bro. We'll see you in a month or 2. I'll circle back. Not to mention, you haven't even listened to anything I've said on it, too, because McCaffrey could ball out the first month of football. I don't think you paid attention. You know what's going to happen when you circle back and say, Smitty, it's week 3. McCaffrey's running back number 4 in fantasy. How do you feel? Do you feel stupid? I'm going to say, go get me a coffee because I already told you that this could happen. I told you. You didn't tell me. I told you. What matters is how long he's going to play. What matters is what happens in week 10. What happens in week 7. What happens in week 11. Now, you could draft him, draft Garendo, cuff yourself the best you can, or you could just be like me. And you'll also have Garendo. Let me draft this pick real here. Garrett Wilson, love this. I don't have a receiver yet. This is an easy call here. You could just be like me, draft Garendo anyway, have the best of both worlds. But just because you think that McCaffrey can have a great month or even 2 months, 8 straight games of amazing play, doesn't mean you're right, because I've already said that that's probably in the cards. For as long as he stays healthy, he might play good football. It's asinine how people don't pay attention. They don't listen at all. Let me merge this call and then I'll circle around. If you could mute yourself real quickly. If everybody on the phone line can mute except for Ryan right now, I'd appreciate that. And let me swing back over to this draft. And if you want to draft with me on the next one, Underdog, promo code Smitty, links pinned in the live chat, links in the description of the video. Underdog will match your first deposit 50% all the way up to $1,000. We're on the clock right here. I don't go any George Kittle. Let's try that. Part of me wanted to go Rashee Rice. I go Rashee Rice a lot, but this in an eliminator, I've been doing a lot of Rashee Rice, and I think I need to diversify a little bit because of the potential 2 to 3 missed games. All right, let me go back over to Ryan. Ryan, final question.
Yes, it was just one of those. I totally agree with you, Smitty, about CMC. I don't think that he's going to go off. I think Genty is the main target this season, and I 100% agree with you. I don't see how anybody, including myself, I've even had injuries before in my past, even playing football, and what you're saying is 100% accurate. I just don't see how anybody cannot understand that when somebody's going to tackle him, it's going to be over and done with. I mean, if he may not even get through the first game.
It's amazing that people think that when you run down the field like he did, and it's impressive. And we post stuff like that. I post stuff like that all the time where I'm like, look at Hendy breaking off this long run. And I admit that there's some bias involved in that. But the thing that you got to understand is that it's a completely different thing when we're talking about an older player with a huge injury risk. One of the biggest injury histories in fantasy football. 43% of his games in the last 5 seasons he has missed. He's such an injury riddled player, and he's 2 seasons good, 2 seasons bad, 2 seasons good, 2 seasons bad, and so he's definitely somebody that once he starts getting tackled and once people are jumping on his back and driving him into the ground, and Shanahan doesn't run 2 running backs. He's only going to run Christian McCaffrey. He could turn over a new leaf, but he does not run multiple running backs, even out of his own mouth. After McCaffrey tore his PCL last year, that's how his season ended. People forget. They think, oh, the injury to or his Achilles was the reason why he didn't finish the year. No, he tore his PCL. His knees are not in good shape. They're not in good shape. These are very, very used knees. The mileage is crazy. And this might, as I've mentioned, this right here might look good on the dealership lot. It's been shined. Everybody's telling you it's got a warranty, but the warranty doesn't cover your fantasy football entries or your satisfaction. Craziness, bro. It's craziness. And real quickly, yeah, go ahead.
And I agree 1,000% though with you that the Raiders are not the same team as they were last year.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Genty is straightforward.
I didn't even answer that question because Scott asked it. The reason I get frustrated when people they ask a dumb question about the Raiders like that, it's no offense, Scott, but they act as though, hold on, I'm on the clock here. Bucky, okay, I definitely need a receiver here. I love Joe Burrow here, though.
I've been going Burrow all day with you.
Go Burrow. I hope to God this doesn't backfire on me. I wanted Travis Hunter bad. I don't know if these guys are snipers or not. Hopefully Travis Hunter. This will make me very upset if I end up screwing this up. Hey, you live and you learn. You take some gambles, and some of those gambles are what wins you the 200K. The mistake doesn't lose you 200K necessarily, because you might have not won anyway, but the gambles in this scenario sometimes can win you that 200K. He is the third wide receiver down. You can see him right here. It's a very, very good chance he goes. Don't take him. This guy's got tons of wide receivers. Take an RB, bro. Take an RB. Take an RB. Take an RB. Do it live. Do it live. Do it live. Do it live. Come on. Yes. Yes. Gamble paid off. Joe Burrow, Travis Hunter, Garrett Wilson, George Kittle, Bucky Irvin, Ashton Genty, Eliminator, Pizza Party, if I dare say so myself.
Let's go, mashed potatoes.
Yeah, buddy.
That's a team. I haven't drafted a team quite like that with the Kittle in the middle. Kittle in the middle. Real quickly, let me just stay on the phone real quickly. I want to get to these other callers and then come back to you. So stay right there. Sam, what do you think about Olave Shaheed? I don't think much about it at all, to be honest, because Shook is one of the worst quarterbacks. Thank you, Ryan, if you want to call back. And I'll answer the Raider question right after these two super chats, then go to the phone callers. So I'll answer the Raider question right now, Ryan. What do you think about Olave Shaheed? Shuck is one of the worst quarterbacks in the National Football League. Jimmy Garoppolo might be better than Shuck, which is saying something. And honestly, if I was Shuck's quarterback coach, I'd get on the phone with Caleb Williams and say, "Can you come over and teach my boy some things?" That's how bad it is over in New Orleans. I'm not saying that Olave isn't worth the 6th or 7th round pick, but we'll see where he falls in this draft, and I'll tell you whether I would take him. It looks like he is gone. Where did he go in this draft? He went number 65, so the middle of the 6th round. It's not horrible value, but one headshot on top of not having a quarterback, those two things are big, major red flags to me. So I just kind of avoid them. I just look at Debo and I look at these other players that are on the board, and they just seem like much safer options. You know what I'm saying? This right here, what do you think about drafting Christian McCaffrey, then selling him around week 4? Again, for what? For Genty? Good luck. Why not just draft him now? Why play that game? Why play the game of, I'll just draft him, then trade him, when that's a stressful endeavor, and the player you might want might be outperforming him and be unattainable anyway? Duck, there's no reason to go down that road. It doesn't even make sense to go down that road, my boy. The guy guarding CMC on that clip was a 4-string linebacker, says Sam. What do you think about Olave? Okay, did that one. And then this one, what do you think about Kyle Williams this season? We love Kyle Williams. Kyle Williams looks really solid right now, making one-handed grabs. Definitely don't believe in Diggs staying healthy all year, and Kyle Williams will emerge as the team's number 1. It could be one of those things where we, at the end of the year, we're really excited about him, that he had 7 straight really good games that he finished the year on, and we're all just pumped up saying Kyle Williams' season is upcoming. Definitely don't think it's where did Debo went? Damn, Debo went. This guy drafted him. Damn it. That's okay. This team's looking really, really solid. And Patrick Mahomes here for the bully QB. Let's see if there's any other options. You guys can see the top guys right there. Igbuka's nice here. I don't mind that. We'll probably have a chance for him on the flip here. I'll go ahead and go bully QB Mahomes, Joe Burrow Mahomes. Keep in mind this is Eliminator, and they're both by week 10, so I didn't solve any bye week problems with that, but I definitely made my other, 16 weeks like really fun. So we'll see what we get here on the turn back around. Igbuka's still there. We probably will get Igbuka. That will give us our 3rd wide receiver. Garrett Wilson, Travis Hunter, Igbuka. Some would call that a risky wide receiver room. I would call that glory.
Let's go, mashed potatoes.
Igbuka's still there. Igbuka's still there. Hold, smash. Igbuka season. But Smitty, you only have 3 wide receivers through 8 rounds. According to the data, that doesn't work. According to the data, you have a 17% better chance, a very small 17% better chance of making the playoffs than the 11.5 that you have with your current build. Would you rather live in that extra percentage or dominate what you do?
Cook.
Your stats don't know me. Your stats don't define me. Just because the rest of the world can't draft well going RB, RB, doesn't mean we don't go RB, RB.
Let him cook.
All right, let me go over to Travis, who's been waiting patiently, and then the next caller will be 571, then the 229. So please don't hang up. Just hang tight. Keep yourself muted. Travis, you're live.
Yeah, I'll just make 2 quick points and you can go to all the callers. First one is, with CMC, anyone that's like bought in on him heavy, I challenge them to either call or put in the chat the reason why they think he's going to be good. You know, aside from they're a fan of him, they own him, or they just want him to be good. And, you know, I haven't heard any good reason why you would take him at 1.7 or 1.10, anywhere in the first at all. And then as for the Raiders, like, I'm not even saying the Raiders are going to be a playoff team or anything like that. I'm not a huge Geno fan, but having Brady there, having Carroll there, having Geno there alone raises the bar right away. Geno is on a slightly above average quarterback. He's competent. He can run an offense. He doesn't necessarily always lose you games. He can keep you in games. You know, he might not win a ton, and then on top of it, in terms of them, people saying they're going to be a bottom 5 offense, just the weapons and the quarterback and the coach alone are going to stop that from happening. Like, they have a pretty good set of weapons. I mean, Bowers, Myers, and Genty is a pretty solid base to start with.
Yeah.
They got a couple good rookies on top of it.
I mean, just to add on, and we said this before on the channel, and I told Ryan I was going to attack this, and I didn't. But now I am. And Travis just kind of attacked it. But it's like the Raiders, they have a new QB. They have possibly the RB 1 to 3 in the NFL. Okay. They have a competent quarterback in Geno. No one's saying he's a world star, but as Travis said, he's a competent quarterback. He's probably a top 12 to 15 quarterback. If you don't even take, if you could maybe even be that in fantasy, but if you take fantasy out, he might be top 11 to 14. Like it would range from year to year. It would rotate because it's so close there. But this is a top 12-ish QB. This is a top 1 to 3 RB. This is the tight end 1. This is a new head coach and new offense and new scheme. And on top of that, they drafted and improved the line, improved the defense, improved the overall offense, drafted 2 wide receivers, one of which we have is a monster breakout in Thornton. And people have the nerve to say, well, what do you think about him playing for the Raiders? They were pretty bad last year. Like, what do you think about the weather on this day last year? Does that affect what you go out of the house in? What are you wearing to work based on the weather from last year on this day? What if it's raining today? It might be a completely different situation. It's insane to me the way people think. Let's go Evan Ingram here. Evan Ingram, we got George Kittle, probably the best tight end room in this entire draft with that duo. Running the risk at wide receiver because I don't like who's sitting here, to be honest with you. I'm staring at it. I don't like... Oh. What?
No, go ahead. I was just looking, trying to see who's available for you.
Trey Harris, Keon Coleman. Those are good wide receivers.
Keon's interesting.
Keon is interesting in this build. Running backs, obviously we only have the 2, but we're looking strong. Bucky and Genty. I think I'll punt running back, and I'll go with. I mean, we're going a lot of rookie wide receivers. I'll go Trey Harris here. I know a lot of people won't like this wide receiver room, but I really don't care. Rookies are historically a very good bet anyway in fantasy, especially in best ball. And the fact that we have Hunter, Emeka Egbuka, the top 2, in my opinion, wide receivers in this draft class. I get some of you like Ted is the 1 or 2, but those are my top 2. Trey Harris is a surprising up-and-coming star, I believe, potentially in that Chargers offense. I really, really like the wide receivers, even though other people will say it's a risky room. But it's risky, sure, but that's where I'm placing my bet. Like on this team, I've got Genty and Bucky. I'm not risking anything at running back. Other people that might have stronger wide receivers are probably risking it a little bit more at running back too. Everybody's risking somewhere in their build. Mine, zero risk in Bucky and Genty. Mine, my wide receiver one's fantastic. My tight end room, no one's got a better one. My quarterback room, no one's probably has a better quarterback room. Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes. I am risking the biscuit, not at Travis Hunter. I believe that's a top 10 wide receiver. So Garrett Wilson and Hunter are no risk at all. I'm risking it at my wide receiver 3 spot. That's the only risk I see, even though others might disagree because of the compounding risk they believe that rookie wide receivers earns me. And Emeka Egbuka, I believe, is a world star. So I love the risks and gambles that I'm taking in this draft. This is a really solid team. And it's an eliminator, so I got to start minding my bye weeks here. I've got 2 double week 10 quarterback buys. Genty and Bucky, different bye weeks, perfect. My wide receivers are pretty good. I got Garrett Wilson and Egbuka both bye week 9. I might go like McMillan later to secure up. So that will give me a bye week 12 and a bye week 8 wide receiver with 2 bye week 9. So I still got to worry about that. Both my tight ends at different bye weeks. I could literally just not draft a backup tight end and beef up at another position. So that's where we're at right now. But to top off what Travis is saying, then I'll go to the other caller real quick and then back to Travis. When anybody gives me that lazy, absolute garbage take about the Raiders, but the Raiders, what? You have no clue. And I don't either. But I know it's better than last year, and it's going to be damn better. We have no clue how good this team will be. So to answer Scared Scott's question, but how much of the odds of Genty being a top running back? Scott's using last year's Raiders offense to determine whether he drafts Genty. That is the scariest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Both narratives are from the past. The CMC and the Raiders.
Yeah, this is a potential top 12 to 15 offense. Gino with Bowers, the number 1 tight end, the number 1 to 3 running back, a top 15-ish quarterback, and this whole system together is a top 15 offense. So Scott, you're going off old data. You got an old map of a place that's been completely remade, and you're making a decision off of that old map. That is ridiculous. Nobody should be doing that. And Travis is right. Queuing that back over to CMC. Talking about CMC as if, let's see here. Gobatial Tudor. Talking about CMC as if he's, probably the second laziest line I've ever heard, at least this year, is, but when Christian McCaffrey's healthy, he's the best running back in football. When I have a tail, I am the most creative content creator around. When I have a tail. What in the hell are we talking about? When Christian McCaffrey's healthy, you don't even know that that's a true statement anymore because he's 29 years old and might naturally age out anyway. He might be a step slower like a lot of running backs are. 29, they play really well at the beginning, and then they putter out at the middle of the year when the mileage adds up. And you think because he's running down the sideline at full speed, he's handling and ready for getting smashed up the gut, running up the A-gap, having 200, 300, 400 pounds every time, maybe 600, maybe 800 pounds smashing down on him into the ground. Did he really just take Penix Jr.? Son of a B, bro. Son of a B. You know what? On that note, I'll take Garendo right here. Anyway, let me go over to the other callers real quick, Travis, because they've been waiting so long. Just hear me yell and scream at the phone. It's 571, you're live, and then 229. Thank you for waiting, 229. 571, go, you're live.
Hey, what's up, Smitty?
What's up, bro?
I have the 1.11.
Yes, sir.
And I'm wondering, I'm high on Genty and 18. I don't know which one I should lean towards.
As you should. Genty's more likely to go in round 1. Achan's more likely to live in round 2, so you just get both of them that way.
Oh, okay. But the thing is, my league is scared to draft Genty. I'm not scared at all. Like I want to draft Genty. Like,
are you sure though? How do you know that? How do you know who's gonna? Are you telling your league what you're doing? Are you literally telling them, "Hey, I'm not scared of draft"? Have you told them you're not scared of drafting Genty? Have you physically told them that? Have you?
No, I haven't told them anything.
Okay.
I don't want them to know anything. But they tell me, like, you know.
You think they tell you?
Yeah.
They're smoke and mirrors, bro. There's no way. If you're not doing it, what on earth makes you think they're doing it? What on earth makes you think that Steve from the 11th floor, as he's opening up his lettuce wrap that his wife made him, she won't even let him go get pizza with you at lunchtime, right? Bro. You're looking at Steve and you think Steve's going to be like, who I'm taking? I'm not. I'm scared of Genty. But the guy I want, let me cue you in.
The thing is, bro, we're a football group chat. Like we try to talk like we talk like ball, like and they are scared. I know I can tell, bro. They don't like bad offenses.
Bro, let me tell you the other reason. I didn't mean to cut you off. The other reason I don't think that that's true is even if it was, that might be a handful of them. You can't find 11 human beings that feel that way.
Right.
There might be one or two. But are they drafting in the spot where they would take him, or is it going to be the other guy that you're not talking to on the 8th floor?
I'm only worried. Wait, sorry. I'm only worried about the 12th pick. Like the 12th guy at the turn is going to take Genty. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Like I want to get Genty and Achan on the same team. That's why.
Well, do you think you're getting Bucky if Achan gets taken? Because Genty and Achan, or Bucky's nice too.
Well, definitely.
Okay, then I'd probably be more worried about not getting Genty than be worried about getting Achan, just because Bucky and Achan are hard enough to decide between anyway. But Genty is the guy that could be the number 1 running back in the league. The guy that let me put it this way. I don't think we've talked like this all night. Let me throw out an original. I think it's riskier to not take Genty than to take Genty, as everybody says with Christian McCaffrey. Hold on one second. Let me make this selection real quickly. Damn, these quarterbacks have flew off the board and I timed out. Who did I get? Okay, actually I was gonna.
I've seen MPJ get sniped. That was gonna be a good pick,
but bro,
man, I've been telling everyone. But
I was just gonna say that if people are gonna use that line for Christian McCaffrey, you've got to use the same line. Go Jaden Blue. You got to use the same line for Genty. In fact, I would say this: the risk level of passing on Genty is greater than the risk level of passing on CMC, even if you're taking the negative out. You're just saying the upside. The upside of Genty being the RB1 is greater than the upside of CMC being the RB1. It just there's no, the reason for that is that this man has not only the injury factor, but we're going to throw the injury factor out. So let's just say this is a guy that is aging out. This is a young player that is going to get at least 340 carries, and he lives in the 5.0 yard per carry realm. So you're talking about 5 times 350 is 1750. Like that. Yeah, that's the kind of yardage he can rush for. And he's probably going to pull in 400 receiving yards, or let's just call it 350. Let's call it 350.
That's insane.
2,100 total yards. This guy scored 29 touchdowns in college. Do you think he's not getting double touchdowns on the ground and a couple of
I have no doubt he will. He's definitely going to smash his ADP.
Yeah. The risk of passing on him, Genty, is greater than the risk of passing on Christian McCaffrey. This is the more likely RB1 for many thousand reasons.
Right. And also, if Genty gets sniped in the same round, and I have to take Achan, in the second round, who do you like better, Bucky or London?
Very even.
You know what?
I'd probably rank him Achan in full PPR, Achan, London, Bucky, in half PPR.
Okay.
Half PPR, maybe even like if it's not, is it non PPR or half?
It's a full PPR.
Yeah. I mean, London or Bucky, I could go either way. It really depends on what you expect to be there in 3 and 4. If you think you can get Garrett Wilson, Travis Hunter, and Debo, like that kind of wide receiver room by going RB, I'm going RB.
Well, I can get Garrett, but I probably could get Marvin Harrison, Debo, Travis. So I still stick with that Bucky and A-Chain, Deontay, 18.
I can't tell you. It depends on who you're. It's good either way, bro. There's no.
Okay.
I'm winning with both of those. That's like saying, you look at Google Maps and it says it's 7.1 miles. Take this route and 7.1 miles if you take that route. Like it doesn't really.
Right.
You just got to build and support it the right way with the other picks.
Okay.
All right, man.
All right, appreciate you.
All right, later. Real quickly, phone callers, hang tight real quickly. I have to make sure I draft appropriately. I got Stafford by week 8, so I'm covered, although he's got the back issue that could really screw me. I might even go Milrow later just to be safe. And because I've got Kittle and Ingram both sharing different bye weeks, Ingram's not really a spring chicken, either is Kittle, so there's some risk there. I may have to go Arroyo because I just can't help myself. Let's see here. I may time out on my cube player Thornton if I don't find it. I like Pat Bryant right now, but the Sutton deal, I'm just going to let... It's a little early to go Thornton, but I don't care because I'm doing this whole wraparound and I got to go all the way down and back, so I don't even care what player I'm taking here of the two that I'm going to select because I'm going so far down the ADP ranks. I don't like anybody that's sitting there. I think a very safe player for me to also take at the wide receiver position, and this would give me... So I got bye week 8, bye week 8, bye week 9, bye week 9, bye week 12. So I really do need to have one other player that doesn't hold a bye week 8 or a bye week. Let's see, 9, 9, 8, 8. I'm going to go with Keenan Allen here. I think he's a really solid player to add in a best ball format like this, especially when you're going kind of light wide receiver shopping. He could be an excellent wide receiver 3 if he lands in the right spot. Imagine him. There's so many places he could go. And I think he's going to find a home. Not to mention an injury is going to strike, and then it's Keenan Allen time. I mean, Keenan Allen is still a very good player. I don't think he's the same player he once was, but he's still very, very solid. He still could be 807, or games played, he could play really well. So I'm going to go Keenan Allen there. That's an unknown bye week, though, so I'm rolling the dice that it's not one of those. But I think I still may take one more wide receiver, at least. And I think there's a receiver I'm going to target that has no bye week. There's no bye weeks of the receivers that I currently have, and that should solve my problem. And then I'm going to attack, let's see here. RB, we got one player I don't want to name because I don't know who's in here. But I'm going to take that player if he's available at the RB position. Quarterback, I'm just going to cue Milrow in case I have an extra spot for it. And then wide receiver, I'm going to go Royals queued just in case I can use it later. I like Minor, but I'm going to leave him out there. And then did Arroyo go? Looks like Arroyo went. So I'll probably roll with the 2 tight ends and make that my gamble because they're such a strong duo. Okay, Super chats real quickly and then the phone calls. What do you think of Baker in the 6th, 8th round? I like it. I need to draft more of it, J Money. I think I love Mahomes and Nick so much and Burrow and the values that those guys have and on top of Cam Ward, on top of Penix Jr. I don't draft a ton of it, but I do need to start looking at it more, I do admit. Who are you picking 1.1 and 2.11? Again, this question's hard to answer other than to say if it's a home league and 10-man, I'm probably going Bijan. And if it's wide receiver heavy home league or best ball, I don't mind going wide receiver. But even in best ball right now, very heavy wide receiver, I tend to go Bijan. I think Bijan's my call. And if Bucky's there, I take Bucky. If Bucky's not there and London's gone, obviously, I mean, I'm not scared to take Kyron there. I'm not scared to take Garrett Wilson there. It just depends on who falls. I really can't say for certain who I take. Okay, I might be running the risk of, I'm going to take Brashard Smith here. It means I got one more pick left, right? One more pick left. I can't take Milrow now. This will be a wide receiver. This will give me a 9, 9, 8, 8, 12 unknown, and 10 bye week. So I should be kind of good at wide receiver. Running back, I'm fine. 8, 8, 9, 14, 10, 10. I'll be okay there. This player, I didn't even see if he was available yet. He is Yoshi Voss, bye week 10. Or I could go Jalen Royals. I think I'll go Yoshi Voss because I kind of need the targets, and I think he'll get them. Added some weight. I like him this year. Bad to reach on Adonai Mitchell and Kendre Miller, yes. I mean, it's almost bad enough to take them. But to reach on them, absolutely not a wise move. They're not even players I recommend drafting. A.D. Mitchell I kind of like, but I don't know that he's ever going to develop. Not in that situation with trash quarterback play and honestly trash coaching. 229, did I go to you yet? Poor guy. He's probably asleep. You can't blame him. Dude's probably passed out. 229, you're muted if you are there. Poor guy.
Oh, hey, Smitty. I got first pick in my home league.
Yes.
And
guys, I've been waiting forever. What can I do for you?
I was wondering who to go.
Bijan, in my opinion. But well, how many people are in your draft, my man?
12.
12. It is late tonight. Your father of the year. And I mean that in a good way. Like he's letting you stay up late calling into a show like this. I would say you said 12, and is it running back heavy? Do people love running backs? Are they drafting running backs like crazy?
Very running back heavy.
Yeah, then it's Bijan, man. I mean, you could go Gibbs. Who do you like better? Who do you like watching better on Sundays, Bijan or Gibbs?
Definitely Bijan, Falcons fan. I mean.
Oh, then don't even think that your bias is rubbing in. Just grab Bijan and do it live. There's no sense.
Thanks, Smitty.
Yeah, go take it home, bro. You want a standing ovation? All right, get to bed. Appreciate you. All right, appreciate you later, man. What's your name? I forget. Whose son is that in the chat? He's a cool dude. Let me know. Let me know whose son that is. He's a cool kid. All right. This team is pretty solid. I don't know if it's the best team I've ever assembled or anything like that, but I think it's one I'm pretty proud of. This is an eliminator. Eliminators are, again, where you go up against the entire draft field that you drafted with, 12. And then after week 1, half of the field is eliminated. So you got to really crush week 1. And then it's 1v1 the whole way until the final week. And then, let me know who, Travis, if you see anybody that says that's their kid, let me know.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Stafford, a little bit risky, to last through by week 8, but I think he's going to be fine. I really don't think it's going to be a big deal. If there's an injury to Stafford, it's not the back that I'm worried about, or this particular situation. Genty, Bucky, Tootin, Garendo. I missed out on Bigsby. Jaden Blue, Brashard Smith. I was trying to get Bigsby. Garrett Wilson, Travis Hunter, Buka, Trey Harris, Dante Thornton, Keenan Allen, Yoshi Voss, Kittle, Evan Ingram. So the Kittle move, in hindsight, I love the Kittle pick, but in hindsight, I really do wish I would have went a different player because I landed Ingram. And if I got Ingram and Arroyo, I'd be plenty happy with that. I really think Ingram's going to ball. So part of me wonders, what the team could look like with just an extra receiver in here, Travis Hunter, Garrett Wilson, and like Rashee Rice or something with Bucky, Genty, Burrow, and Mahomes. Also, I could not boldly QB it and see what it would look like with another player instead of Burrow. So if you take Mahomes, Stafford, and let's say Cam Ward, and then throw Burrow back and put in a RJ Harvey, now I got Genty, Bucky, Harvey. And then if you throw Kittle back in and I go Ingram and Arroyo and somebody else, and then I've got Garrett Wilson, Hunter, and like Rice, that would be even better. So I don't know. I think I'll try not bully QBing for a while because I've done enough of it with Mahomes. Maybe I need to turn over a new leaf. Okay. Let's go ahead and do another draft. Let's jump into go to the lobby of the draft app. Don't hit it yet. This is Underdog promo code Smitty. Underdog promo code Smitty. Doing it live. 50% matching your first deposit all the way up to $1,000. But the minimum is only $10, and you'll get $5. So $10 minimum, they'll give you $5. You do $100, they'll give you $50, etc., all the way up to $1,000. Open up the app. Let's go. What contests are still there? Is that puppy gone? It looks like it's gone. Or that palm.
Pomeranian.
There's no $3 or $5 ones right now. Let's go into a weekly winner. $10. In 10 seconds, we'll click on the green button. We'll do a 20-second draft in 8 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more to start. 1 more to start. Drafting. If you didn't get in, don't fret. We'll all join a draft together the next time, or maybe we do another one. I don't know that I can't guarantee we'll have enough time to do another one, but I will try if I can. I always try and do as many as I can. But I've been live so long today, it does become hard to sit here for like 3 hours when I did a 3-hour live stream before, 2-hour live stream before. Let me see if I can find this draft. Drafts in 35 seconds to begin. Where are you? I have so many drafts. You guys wouldn't believe how many drafts I have. It's crazy. You really wouldn't believe how many pending drafts I have. Okay. Ray G got into the 1 spot. Looks like I'm drafting from the 7. I don't mind the middle of the pack with this crew. With Snipe City. Oh, who else is on the phone line? I think it's just you now, Travis. All right, Jamar Chase goes to Ray G. Okay. Bijan goes number 2. And that was to who? That was D Money. Saquon Gibbs. CD Lamb Chops there. JJ. I'm going to take Genty. Putting my money where my mouth is. CMC was available. It was the 1.7. What do you do? What do you do? H-hand going 8. Oh, no. Oh, it's weeklies. He does go higher weeklies. My bad.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what is our community doing? Don't ruin his ADP. He's in the second round. Weeklies, he goes higher. The crazy part about when we draft is the players that I avoid, like, let's say, it's not like I'm avoiding Puka or Neighbors in general. It's just their ADPs. Then a lot of the times they'll fall to my pick, like a ridiculous amount, and then I pick them and it looks like I'm a hypocrite. Like if Puka would have fallen, it'd be like, come on, I can't. Like there's some point you got to take him. Like it's crazy. Or like that happens with Lad. Lad's got like a mid-second round value, and he always falls to me at the 3-4 turn when I'm in a draft with everybody. And then it's like, you know, I like him in the 3rd round. That's the problem. So of course I'm going to take him.
I mean, you try to preface things a lot, and I know people a lot of times only hear what they want to hear or remember what they want to remember. But like, you don't say I don't like this guy. It's, I don't like this guy at this ADP.
Yeah,
this is a big difference.
All right, TM42 on the clock. Winning 69 is up next. You know, Bucky's like 8 picks down. No way he's lasting. It's crazy, man. You can't get anything. There's Puka. What did I tell you about Puka? Puka's just sitting there. He almost fell to me. The only reason he didn't is because I brought it up. Drake London.
He's not bad in weeklies. He's pretty good weekly.
I'll take Drake London.
Oh, I don't know if you had a chance to look at it. I sent you a video of McVay talking about Stafford.
All right, let me play that.
I think it was from 2 days ago. He was talking to the press.
Oh yeah, and this is the one where he said he's like, he'll be fine, he'll be ready and everything. And then he said,
I jumped the gun a little bit, but then he's like saying, "Oh well, we won't practice next week, and we're focused on Houston, so that's week 1." So I don't really know how to read that.
Yeah, let's see here.
In terms of the setback, I probably spoke.
Yeah, I'm fine with the way. I think the way he said it's the way I'm kind of thinking he might mean it, because he said, the goal is Houston, so we're mindful of that. That's what he kind of said there. He said it's Houston, and that's what we're. So that's what I wondered, if he was saying it that way and everybody was writing it a different way. I'm fine with McVay talking like that. I don't think he's saying that he should be good for week 1. He's not saying that. That's what people are reporting. But he's just merely saying, like, we're focusing on Houston, so that's the goal. So we have to, we're gonna make decisions based on that, not, hey, let's rush him back for the preseason game. So yeah, I'm fine. I think Stafford's gonna be fine. I'm not worried about it at all right now. That makes me feel better. That's definitely what I figured. I'll maybe update that tomorrow, on my opinion at least. I mean, and how I take it.
It's a good point, and it speaks to like last night with the Dowdle thing too. How they'll read the quotes and and like you said, try to find the video and hear how they're saying it. But when it's in a written form, they always give an analysis after. And a lot of these places like go to the extremes with analysis, and might lead you down a wrong path. Like, rather than just reading it as what it is.
Yep. All right, so I took Kyren Williams, Genty, London, Kyren. It's really good. Chase, Bowers, T. Higgins, Bijan, Bajan, Chase Brown, MHJ. That's good. Saquon, Ladd, Jonathan Taylor, Jahmyr Gibbs, Tyreek Hill, Trey McBride, CeeDee Lamb, Josh Allen, Garrett Wilson, JJ, AJ Brown, Josh Jacobs. My team is Genty, London, Kyren, Achan, Puka, and JD5. That's good. Amon-Ra, Bucky, and Breece Hall. I like that. Christian McCaffrey, Nico, and Hurts. I mean, if CMC is healthy, which we're saying he won't be, then sure. Neighbors, BTJ, Chuba Hubbard in the third, huh? McLaurin, and then Derrick Henry, Lamar, Adams, and Hampton. Okay. Let's see here. This is a tough call. There's a lot of good players back. JSN's there. Mike Evans just went. JSN. Okay, JSN went. I could go Burrow here. Or I could go. Let's go Rashee Rice. I'm gonna go Rice. It's weekly winners. We did weeklies, right? Yeah. Yeah, weekly winners.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about Rice missing any games. Doesn't matter. Yeah, Rice and London and a weekly winners with Kyren and Genty. Woo! It's filthy. Could you
Rice in the fourth?
Could you guys hear me?
Auto.
Yeah, that is auto. Can you guys hear me yell that? Can you hear a? Or is my limiter not allowing that? Because we're pretty sure my limiter won't allow any screaming. Chris with a super says, Smitty, my man, love the show. The show loves you back, pal. Any year 2 guys who maybe didn't produce the way we hoped. I mean, MHJ is the number one. As far as what other year 2 guys come to mind for you, Travis? That maybe we don't, it's not the obvious MHJ. It cuts out. You guys can't even hear me. Woo! Can you hear this? Woo! 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 If it's calm? Adunze, that's a good one. Guys, throw out your favorite sophomore. Adunze, we're worthy, do it all year long. I mean, there's tons of Keon Coleman. A lot of people want Keon Coleman to do it live.
Yeah, I think Coleman's going to be good.
Mm-hmm. Let's go with... I guess I'll go Worthy here. I don't know if I love that. I don't know if I love that or don't love it. It's hard to say.
Well, when Rashee Rice gets suspended, if he misses a couple games, that's definitely good. And I mean, Worthy should have spike weeks, so I don't mind it. I don't think you have a ton of Rice and Worthy, do you? Together?
Not a ton, but I definitely draft it. I definitely draft it. Not all the time, but I definitely do. Like, I would have contemplated Debo, but it's just too early. I didn't want to force him. If it's calm, you can hear it. Yeah. Woo. Can you hear me? Woo. Come on, guys. Pat Mahomes. Who can I snipe from your team? Okay, I see you. Let's go with Laporta here. I'm going to be like Ron. I'm going to revenge snipe now.
Good at that.
Ron will literally throw his whole team and entry away to revenge snipe. Do we have a caller on here? No, we don't.
Looking at second-year guys, running backs, you got guys like, well, they claim they're going to use Jalen Wright a lot. Say Benson, Ray Davis, Braylon Allen.
Man,
Dorado.
you guys are not using ADP to your advantage at all. Some of you. Bo Nix in round 5? I was going to look for him right now to take him in the 7th round here. I'm like, okay, well, Mahomes got taken. I'll take Bo Nix. Bo Nix round 5? You guys got to use the ADPs to your advantage. You're literally flushing money down the toilet. You got to maximize your value. I don't think Nix has... He probably had... I don't know. I don't think he could have been close to that ADP-wise on... Jeez, man. I guess I have to go where at pick 89. I guess I'll go Kyler here. He's the second best quarterback. Really the best quarterback I think available for fantasy at least. I hope everybody, if you're doing that in this draft, I understand because you know everyone else is thinking about, but please, if you go into your normal drafts without our crew, you're just wasting money if you're going to reach 2 and 3 rounds on a player. You have to be smart. This is why I do draft, and it's not because I care about my entry. But to show somebody how the draft's going to go, sometimes these like show and tells here, they look so off the wall. They become unhelpful. Like where was Cam Scattaboo's ADP? Let me go look real quick. You might be... I'll tell you you're right. If he ends up being higher in weeklies right now, but 8th round. All right, I gotta make a pick here. Hold on. Let's see, Jordan Mason. I guess I'll have to take Fields here too. And I have all right, let me go find Cam Scatterboo's ADP. I gotta test this out. Unbelievable. All right, Scatterboo's ADP is 110.
There you go.
I could understand this pick, the Scatterboo pick. I can understand because at least his ADP lives about 3 picks after your next pick. So I understand it, but you're still, if you're doing this over and over with every one of your picks, it's okay to reach. But like in the case of Ingram, he's 106. Scatterboo's 110. Bo Nix's ADP. Let's see here. Or actually, let me go. I gotta open up weeklies. Hold on. Scatterboo's ADP. Yeah, it's 110. All right, hold on. I'm on the clock here in a second. And then I'll look at Bo Nix's ADP, which it's okay to like go like a little bit into the scroll there, you know, and you're looking around and you're, what do I need? I need a running back badly. This is the, like that. I went a little bit past the 13th or 14th player. That's okay. And even the Cam Scatterboo, I understand because I keep calling him Scatterboo. Cam Scatterboo. No scam. He's no scam. He's no scam. Let me just real quickly see where Bo Nix's ADP is. This was the wild one. This is like Bo Nix in the 5th round. I might be wrong on weeklies. I'm going to pull it up right now. No, you're literally like about 3 rounds early. Like, you're just not. And Chuba, where's Chuba's ADP? 50?
Yeah.
50? You took him at 35?
I always see reaches. Yeah. Last night, someone took Sutton, or the last time we did weekly, someone took Sutton in the 3rd round.
Jeez.
There's always like odd reaches.
Oh, come on, boy. What are you doing? All right, so my team, I like it. Genty, Drake London, Kyron, Rashee Rice, Worthy, Sam Laporta, Kyler, Justin Jefferson, Zach Charbonnet. Got completely blasted on the Mahomes pick. All right, here we go. So I have 3 RBs. I have 1 London, 2, 3. I need another wide receiver pretty quickly if I can. Not like I go back and forth on Keenan Coleman, but I don't mind taking him here at round 10.
You got time for a quick trade question? I think it's a pretty easy one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Superflex. He would trade Hampton. He would get back Hank Bigsby, Judkins, and Sanders.
Say it one more time.
He would trade away Hampton in a Superflex for Tank Bigsby, Judkins, and Shedeur Sanders.
I mean, what's your QB look like? Ask him that.
Let's see. Yeah.
Sanders.
John in the chat.
I mean, I like Sanders, but I don't even need to know. I'm taking Hampton. I like Sanders a lot.
Okay.
I do, but I want Hampton. And Sanders is still a project I very, very much like. But
there's too much if in the side he's getting.
Yeah, I like
Bigsby. Like he said, what if Tank's the guy? Well, if he's the guy,
yeah,
Hampton is the guy.
Hampton's a stud. Yeah, you can't. And plus, you're trading for some what if. Everything's what if on the entire side. Everything.
Right.
Judkins might never play. Bigsby might not hold on to the job. Let's see. Zach Charbonnet, Benson aren't bad running backs 2 and 3. Or I'm sorry, 3 and 4. So let me review the team so far. Again, kind of didn't go as planned because of the stacking KC thing that I have going on here. Genty, Drake, London, Kyron, Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, Laporta, Kyler, Fields. Everyone's sniping like crazy to the point where nothing even makes sense. You can't even stack anything. Then I got after the Kyler Fields, I went Charbonnet, Keon Coleman, and Trey Benson. I mean, this guy, who is in the 11 spot? I feel very badly if that's one of our people because I keep tearing it apart, but who is in that spot? Who is in that spot? Pete? I hope to God that's not one of our people. He took Judkins in the 10th round. I mean, please keep doing it. All right, I think I'm probably pretty good on... I stacked London and Penix now. So I got Penix, Fields, and Kyler. So a pretty solid QB room.
Yeah.
I got Genty, Kyron, Charbonnet, Benson. Pretty damn good running back room. All by week 8. Which I don't care. I'm not worried about bye weeks at all in weekly winners. But all by week 8. Every single one of those guys. Genty, Kyron, Charbonnet, Benson. Wide receiver room, London, Rashee Rice, Worthy, Coleman, and then Laporta. Pretty good team for weeklies. Damn. I'm liking it. In a way, the sniping is helping me diversify. I like this squad. And again, we're playing weekly winners, which means that no one week is tied to another. There's no cumulative scoring. There's no playoffs. There's no week 17 matters more than week 10. Week 1, you win 20K if you're first overall. Then the scores reset. Week 2, you play week 2, 20K. You play week 3, 20K. Week 5 has nothing to do with week 4. Week 7 has nothing to do with the first 6 weeks. Nothing has to do with any other week. It's all like 17 individual leagues of resetting scoring, and everybody's in the same bucket. Whoever scores the most points with the team you drafted. No ad drops or anything like that. It's best ball. But you just kind of strategically try and draft one team to weather through each week to try and win 20K each time. I feel like this team's working out really well, considering.
I like it. I like the QBs you got.
Yeah. Let's go with damn it. I drafted off my queue. That's right. I don't mind. I love Cam Ward. And he was not like a reach or anything. He was close, but I don't mind having another quarterback. It's weeklies. It's really a good strategy actually. But I wasn't sure that I had someone queued. Woo!
I forgot to tell you, you have someone who signed up for priority comment replies.
Attaboy.
Number message.
Who is that? Let's see.
Chris Osborne.
Osborne, thank you, my boy. Appreciate you. All right. So, in weekly winners, you don't have to have, you could literally have just like 5 wide receivers, 4 wide receivers. You're banking on them being the team.
Build it how you want.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about any sort of, you can do whatever the hell you want. Like I've got Drake London, Rashee Rice, Worthy, and Coleman, and I could say I could care less about the first 3 weeks of football. And if Rashee Rice misses 3 or 4 weeks of football, then I don't care. I'm just going to try and win 20K starting in week 5. Then try and win 20K in week 6, and week 7, week 8. Every week completely independent. So I literally could roll with the entire KC Chief team. Like I could say, give me Royals, Hollywood Brown, Rice, Worthy. Draft just those guys and then just wait for the Chiefs to go off. You know, that's definitely a strategy for sure. Running backs are thin. Let's go with, I think I only have 1 tight end, so I'll go, I guess, Zach Ertz here. And you can roll with 1 tight end, but the downside to having no backups at all, what you could do, and just stack up like running backs to get that extra advantage. If the quarterback, let's say you have 1 quarterback and the quarterback goes down in weeklies, well, what if your team is still the best team out there? You know, for one of those weeks and you didn't have a single quarterback to score you any points to win the 20K. So it's a balance of everything. It's still pretty good to try and fill a roster kind of similar fashion. You know, you want to have, especially at the quarterback position, because it scores so many points. It's like your bread and butter. No problem, Caps. Appreciate you being here. Caps, go watch my Sutton live stream if you want to know anything about Sutton. I did a whole live stream on it.
Is this your 4th live stream today?
I don't even know.
Earlier?
I don't know.
8 p.m.
I know I had a video in the morning, which I probably won't have one tomorrow morning because I haven't been able to record anything today. But I did 2 breaking news live streams, and then the 8 p.m. show.
Yeah.
And then this one. So 4.
Terry McLaurin.
Yeah.
Portland Sutton. The 8 p.m. and Graveyard.
And then
in the morning.
And an upload, yeah. So 4, 1, 2, 3. So 4 live streams and 1 upload. Yep. Can you guys hear me say yep? Yep. I mean, what is not coming through? What is coming through? I just want to make sure I'm not limiting half of what I'm saying.
The yep came through.
Okay.
I just checked it. It seems like high pitched stuff.
Let's do a test. I'm going to do 5 things. You tell me if you hear all 5. Yep. That's 1. Yep. That's 2. Woo. That's 3. Actually, just tell me on that. Did all 3 of those come through? The only one I'm wondering about is that 3rd one, really.
Oh, they all came. They came through on the phone and the stream. I just muted it. Checked it.
Someone said the woo cut out. Woo. Woo, woo, woo. Woo, 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 woo. At different levels of the woo.
Yeah, it cut out.
The whole thing?
Yep.
The whole thing?
I don't know if the whole thing did or not.
That's wild. I might have to have like a button that I hit when I want to use the limit. I don't know. It's pretty good. The limiter is pretty good. I don't think it's probably pretty rare that I say something.
No, just the highest part of it.
But what about when I'm doing the whole like, but Smitty, what are you looking at, Smitty? Like, does that come through?
Yeah, that went through.
I mean, I'm just kind of like wondering. Go Ben Sinnott here.
That Jets thing, they heard it all.
Okay, what about this? Tell me if you hear this whole thing. I'll keep my hand up during the whole time I talk, in case you're not sure. But Smitty, I don't know what you're talking about. Woo! Smitty. I'm sure the woo didn't come through, but did the comment after the woo come through, or did the woo take that out?
Oh. No, the woo came through and everything came through there.
Okay. I guess I don't need to worry too much about it, but it is kind of something that it bothers me a little bit to know that I might say something really important and it won't. It won't go through. I'm like, this is the craziest thing you've ever heard. This will be. Do not miss this. Did you hear that or no? The woo. I did a high woo. Damn it. I don't think that high woo came through. What do I need here? A RB? You guys are taking everything.
Nope, they didn't hear that high one.
You guys are taking everything. I'll take Corey Krosky Merritt. Yeah. About your sniping. Yeah.
I'm curious now that you mentioned it. I'm thinking about it. I wonder how many people do it even away from the show.
They do a what?
I hope they don't. All the sniping away from the shit when they're not.
I don't know.
Drafting
I
women.
hope not. I hope not.
I hope they don't.
I hope you guys are really taking advantage of the ADPs, because this draft is ridiculous in some ways. And just so you know, like, it makes it more likely that I do, not every time, but more likely that I do solo drafts, because I can't teach anything in these drafts. Not just from me, but from like looking at the board. Does no good for somebody to go through and see Chuba Hubbard at 35 overall. It does nobody any good to see. There's a lot of good teams. It's not like everybody reached. There are some really good jobs here. But I'm trying to think of where the other really bad ones are. I mean, Debo was high, although, like, I understand it, but, you know, in a vacuum, I understand it. I don't know that I understand it over and over and over with multiple picks, you know. Diggs in 6 is, I think, too high, but that's to each their own. Lamar at 13, I don't know where his ADP is. I don't think it's that high, but that is kind of high. Bucky, which I understand you guys know that I'm going to probably take him, and to be fair, I would have. But, you know, he normally goes in weeklies around like 20, 21. He goes at, you know, 2.4. It's just a constant reach, though, that makes it to where by the time you get to around 5 or 6, it doesn't look like the same draft as any draft anybody's seen. So it's like, it's not real. It's okay, but it's not real helpful sometimes to people watching. I'm winning 6-9. Rate my team. Kind of risky. All right, let's see what you did, bro. Let's see what you did. You are, it looks like, the team right after me, which is the JD5 team. Okay, so Achane Puka. Puka fell really far. That was good. That's because I say he's not a real safe, like, 7 or 8 overall pick, so he falls really far. Puka, JD5. I like this trio. Really fantastic. JSN in the 4th is great. Zay Flowers isn't horrible there, but I don't like it at all in round 4, 5. Devontae Smith, it's good value. I don't
early, but he's all right in weekly winners.
Yeah, he can have. Devontae Smith too can have that big week, so that's fine too. But I guess I don't draft a lot of Devontae Smith, but there I would 6th round, sure. Jacoby Myers, not a huge fan myself. Hawkinson's good value there, and Joku, Jalen Warren, yeah, not bad. I mean, weekly winner team, this for sure could be a weekly winner. I mean, all those wide receivers could go off at the same time. Puka, JSN, and one of Devontae Smith or Flowers, and the other one is a flex, and then Achane, and then I guess I didn't. Who's your RB? Jalen Warren. Who else do you have? Because that's your RB too, Jalen Warren. But this is the contest to do it in. Garendo, sure. Ray Davis, okay. Yeah, I mean, in weekly winners, Hero RB is a fantastic approach because if you get that Garendo pop off, then it's it's game on, man. It's such a good way to build those other positions. I love it. All right, I think I'm out of here. I'm exhausted. Thank you for the super chat, Mac. Anything else, Travis?
Nope. Talk to you later, Smitty. Thanks.
All right, later, bro. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Appreciate every single one of you. Trust Christian McCaffrey if you want. I'm not doing it. Not at 1.7. If he fell to the mid-round 2 to late round 2, we could have another conversation. Maybe I'd change my mind. Who knows? But for right now, Christian McCaffrey in the first round.
Alert. Stand down order in effect.
Don't forget to get on over to the Patreon. It's only $10 a month. That's the price of a cup of coffee. And here is that link if you want to join the Patreon. I'm going to go over there right now and have a live chat with all of you amazing people. So head over to the Patreon now. 24/7 live chat. Just drop the link. I'm going to be over there right now talking with you all. See you tomorrow. I'm live whenever news breaks. I'm live 8 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. And I'm also additionally live almost every midnight Eastern. Deuce. Thanks to my mods. Thanks, Travis, Space Ricky, Blackbeard, Sick Nasty. I said Space Ricky, right? Vampy. DeBolt. Thank you, DeBolt. Blackbeard, thank you. Kenny Powers, Vampy. I said Space Ricky. I said DeBolt. I said Space Ricky, Blackbeard, Travis Rowe. Terry Roberts, if he's out there somewhere. And I said Kenny Powers already. I think I got them all. I think that's it. Imagine if I made Bill the Tickler a moderator. All right. That was a little shout out for Bill if he's listening. All right. See you all later. Appreciate you. Thanks for the super chats. Thank you to Sam, Mac, Jackson, Money, Mac, J Money, Chris, Mac, appreciate all those. Sam, appreciate the doubles. Good teams. See you all. I guess real quickly, I didn't review the other teams. Ray G from the one at Burrow, Harvey, Monty, ETN, Chase, Higgins, Bowers. Really solid, but running backs, we'll see. D Money had May, Bijan, Chase Brown, Tank Bigsby, MHJ, Ridley, Tucker Kraft. Okay. TM42. I forget who TM42 is. Is that Sam? Sam, are you TM42? I always forget because you guys change, or your names change, and then your name. I think that's TM42. Mahomes, Baker, Sam, Darnold. Sorry, I thought you knew who Sam would be. Mahomes, Baker, Bucky, Hall, Blue. I like that. Amon-Ra, Evans, Cortland Sutton, Travis Kelce, Noah Gray. That could be pretty good. I like that. Sam is TM42. Okay. Yeah, that's a good team. I like that. Bucky, Hall, and Blue. Amon-Ra, Evans, Cortland Sutton. Pretty good. Kelsey, Mahomes. I like it. Baker could be really good there. I like it. And then who else do I notice, though? Winning 69, I just did your team. Fully loaded. McCarthy, Lawrence, Jacobs, Cook, JJ, AJ Brown, Ted McMillan, D Money. I think I said Drake Mays. Yeah. All right. Appreciate you all.